Good evening, Pete Farwell, 24 Grant Drive. This budget of 29 million something is a staggering increase over the previous years. I can't remember the time we've had over a 10% increase in the budget. And I understand that a good part of this is the negotiations that our beloved school board negotiated with Manchester to get us out of the contract with Manchester, or so it appeared in the paper. I don't believe everything in the paper. I'm trying to figure out what we're getting for our $2 million increase, either to Manchester to get out of that contract and or the increased tuition that this contract forces into a tuition increase in Pinkerton. In other words, I don't see why we were over the barrel, and I don't see where the school board has ever issued a statement on why we were so much over the barrel in our dealings with Manchester that it's going to cost us approximately, I think, if I understand the paper right and these figures right, considerably more money per student to send our students to Pinkerton and or Manchester. So I'd like some idea as to why we're not getting much for this. We're not getting a new school. I don't think we're getting many new teachers. It really is $2 million that's leaving this town, and I don't think we're getting much back for it. So I'd like someone to try and explain why we're over the barrel for at least $2 million.
I would defer to Tricia, and you can defer to someone else on the board.
I know it's tough, but someone's going to answer.
And I'm just trying to formulate my words.
But I mean, why the delay? I mean, this thing has been around, this $2 million has been around for quite a while, because the superintendent and the chairman apparently, you know, we've never seen a good explanation in the banner. And here's a chance for you to spell it out and let us know why we're in this predicament. Thank you.
And it was a very, it's been a very difficult time over the last 2 years trying to work all of this out, our high school situation. And we definitely tried to do our best with working with Manchester. What resulted of that was that we did file breach on them. Then in turn, they also had an injunction on us, and that was, we were court ordered to mediate that court settlement. Pardon, I'm sorry, let me just, it's a little nerve-wracking being up here. So I guess to just kind of put it in a little historical format, so we did file breach, we all know that, and Manchester did not like the fact that we were sending students outside of Manchester. We as a school board, did allow that to happen through the JCB policy. In reaction to that, Manchester did file an injunction to prevent that from happening. We did go to court on that, as it was necessary. The judge did order us to mediate, rather than have that be decided by the court. They just felt that that would be a better remedy. We did have 2 days of mediation with the retired judge, and because of that, as a result of that, that is what we came up on the settlement agreement. I'm also just being careful because there is some non-meeting information and some mediated information that that is to remain confidential. So as I'm trying to be sure that I don't. Okay.
Are you embarrassed?
Not at all. Not at all. I am tripping over my words. I'm not embarrassed by what I feel that I've decided on this school board to do with regards to the negotiations with Manchester and the settlement agreement, and nor am I embarrassed with the direction that we're going in with Pinkerton. if we could have done anything else, I think this board would have, without being able to go into any other details with the mediation. It was not our intent to, when going into the mediation, to come out of there with no contract, getting out of the contract with Manchester. That I can say.
Thank you.
So getting back to reframe, his question was how we got here, correct? How we got to this number. Do you want the details of some of those numbers? Is that what you're looking for?
I guess I'm just a little perturbed about this negotiation. Because I didn't see where, and outside looking in, were we that much over the barrel that we had to come up with another $2 million in tuition to Manchester?
I guess,
And I understand you don't want to go there because of legal problems, but to get into something like this for $2 million, or approximately $2 million, and I don't know who negotiated, I guess the chairman and maybe the superintendent were there, but I just think we were taken for a ride, and I'm very unhappy with that $2 million increase. I'll leave it at that. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
thank you.
To Mr. Farwell's point, I think the question that we need to ask this board is, yes, we filed breach. Yes, we had JCB kids to other schools since 2003. And I can tell you, and it's not secret, our attorney, Gordon Graham, always told us that that was a liability. He always informed us that when we sent kids to other schools, we could be liable. We continued to do it. After we filed breach, the majority of this board vote, including myself, voted 76 times to send kids to other schools, fully knowing that we were opening ourselves to liability. I voted for those kids to go because I absolutely believe under the 2003 contract, we had the right. I have to ask the rest of this board, why would you vote 76 times and not follow through with your conviction that you were right and that we could prove breach and we could prove that their claim was not right? Because had I had that in my mind, I wouldn't have voted for the first child to go. Because we put ourselves in a position then where those same people that voted for this then voted to make the settlement with Manchester. And to me, it makes absolutely no sense. I have a clear conscience. As I voted for those kids to go, it said case by case, approved by the board, as had been done by previous boards, and I was very confident that we would have upheld that. So I think that's where we got into trouble. Had those people thought that they were going to be willing to settle later, they shouldn't have voted, and frankly, that majority would have stopped the liability right there, because there was a majority of 3 that could have said no to every one of those JCB placements, therefore leaving Manchester no reason to sue us. So I've been confused as a board member since that agreement has happened. Thank you.